What you're looking at is the list of my dividends since I started investing. And right over here is my first $100 dividends. In this video, we're going to talk about how can we reach our first $100 dividends and how much do we need to invest. When I started, it took me 6 months before I earned my first $100 dividend. But why did it take so long and just $100? Well, it's because I just started my portfolio at that time. My investment still needs more time to grow, and the goal of my investment is not established yet. I kept jumping from stocks to stocks at least every week, and I don't have a clear goal and strategy. But why the first $100 dividends, you might ask? It's because once you earn your first $100 dividends, it will show a significant gain on your portfolio, and it will help start the snowball effect, allowing you to earn your next dividend faster, which we will discuss later in the video. Unless, of course, you're part of the top 15% who has a lot of $100 and happens to be watching my channel. In that case, welcome, and I hope to entertain you. Imagine that you have a seed, and let's say that this seed is a money tree. To get and enjoy your rewards, you need to consistently take care and grow the seed. Our investment is actually a form of money tree. By planting a seed, which is our investment, we will have our sweet return that will take care of us in the future. Now, of course, a lot of factors can affect how much return are we going to receive, but one factor that has the most impact is consistently adding and increasing our investment. If we're just meeting today, hi, my name is Ron and welcome to Pinoy Stock Investors, where we help our kababayan start their investing journey. In the beginning, the first dividend that I received was 88 cents. Yeah, I know, it's not that exciting, but I consistently increased my investment by regularly buying shares and increasing my position. This consistency slowly increased my dividends until I received my first 100 dividends and slowly compounded my position. If you look at this list, you would see that my investment is scattered through different companies. If I just focus on my core holdings and stick to my strategy, I probably earned my first $100 dividends earlier. Well, hindsight is always 20/20. Now my portfolio is trimmed down to my core holdings. So the question is, how long of being consistent until we reach the first $100 dividends? That actually will depend on the performance and the yield of the company that we are going to invest in. When it comes to yield, we can classify companies into two. High yield are companies that have dividend yield of 4% or more, and less than 4% are considered low yield. Then why not just buy all those high yield companies? Of course, you shouldn't just use yield as a basis for your investment decision. Remember that a lot of factors must be considered before making an investment decision. And as always, this is not a financial advice. Please do your own research and consult your own financial advisor before investing your money. Let's look at one of the highest yielding stock on my portfolio, which is AbbVie. Right now, I have more than 13 shares of AbbVie, and I am currently up by $300. Currently, AbbVie's dividend yield is 3.97%, and their payout ratio is about 42%, showing that AbbVie can cover their dividends. If you look at AbbVie's earnings, they missed the revenue by $60 million, and their earnings per share is 3.37, which is above expectations by 6 cents. Their current PE ratio is at 10, making the company a good investment opportunity. Right now, my 13 shares of AbbVie is giving me $19.65 of dividends. If we add all the dividends that I received from AbbVie, I received a total of $108.43. How did I get my AbbVie dividends up to this point? My first dividend from AbbVie is $1.26. I did reinvest this dividend and consistently dollar cost average, increasing my next dividend to $4.10. This cycle continues up to February this year. I sold some of my AbbVie stocks after I reached a point where my capital gains is above 60%. Yes, besides dividends, you also get to enjoy capital gains. How awesome is that? Of course, my dividend went down, then I bought back some shares when AbbVie reached my buy target price. How is this related to me earning my first $100 dividend? Well, if you notice on our AbbVie example from my portfolio, we need patience. Patience? Yes, patience. Just like how a plant needs a lot of time to grow, investing takes time and needs a lot of patience. There's no get rich quick if you want to build wealth. As Warren Buffett put it, the stock market is a device that transfers money from the impatient to the patient. Besides consistency and patience, let's see how much money we need and how long we need to wait until we get our first $100 dividends. By the way, if you're getting value in this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Legend has it that if you hit the like button and subscribe, you'll get your first $100 dividends. Let's start with Apple. My total investment in Apple is $4,855. I received 10 dividend payments within 27 months from Apple, and if you add them all together, my total dividends from Apple is $46.58. Apple has a low dividend yield of 0.55%, and they have been increasing their dividends consistently for 8 years. Although Apple has a low dividend yield, they consistently do buybacks, which increases the value of my shares. They consistently increase their revenue, and I'm currently up by 34% or $1,693 from my Apple investment. Like what we talked about earlier, AVI is one of my highest yielding stocks. My total investment in AVI is $1,669, and right now I'm up by $323. It took me 27 months before AVI generated the first $100 dividends, and by my calculations, next year it will generate the second $100 dividends. From 27 months down to 12 months. If I have 13 shares of AVI from the start, which will cost me about $1,600, I would have received my first $100 dividends within 12 months. Let me know in the comments if you already received your first $100 dividends and how many months did it took. My Coca-Cola investment also generated its first $100 dividends. I have more than 33 shares of Coca-Cola with a total value of $1,766. And right now I'm currently up by $334. Coke has a dividend yield of 2.78%, and they consistently increase their dividends for 28 years. It took me 30 months to generate my first $100 dividends from my investment in Coke. While consistently increasing my position in Coke, the dividends that I receive help compound the value of my investment and increase the dividends. The same goes for Apple and AVI. Both of these positions have been compounded by the dividends I'm receiving and reinvesting, not just from them, but also from the 13 companies that I'm currently invested in. Earning your first $100 dividends certainly is a lot of work, but it will have a massive impact on your portfolio. So invest consistently in building your portfolio and be patient. Do not rush. Follow a strategy that best suits you in the long term. I made a video on how you can build your own monthly dividend paying portfolio. If you want to earn extra monthly income, be sure to watch this one next.